Today we're test driving the all-new Toyota RAV4 Hybrid, and we're going to do a fuel economy test to see how well it performs. As you can see right now, I have a full tank of fuel, and on this full tank, my fuel range is estimated to be 739 kilometers before I run completely out of fuel. You'll also notice that I have both my trip meters at the bottom right, and they both read 0. We're going to be driving this over the week and see how many kilometers we complete, and after that we'll head to the gas station to see how much it costs to fill up. So stay tuned. Now let's do a highway fuel economy test to see what the lowest fuel economy we can achieve on the highway in the Toyota RAV4 is on average. As you'll notice, I've just reset my average fuel economy, which is why it read 0. We're going to be doing this test over several kilometers, and at the end we'll see what our average fuel economy was on the highway. So let's get this test started. The reason we do this test over several kilometers is to average out our uphills and downhills as we drive. If we only did this test for 2 or 3 kilometers, then a lot of those kilometers could either be uphill or downhill. By doing it over a longer distance, we're able to average out those uphills and downhills as we drive. As you can see, we've just completed our highway fuel economy test, and the lowest average fuel economy we've been able to achieve so far in the RAV4 Hybrid is 5.2 liters per 100 kilometers. Now let's do a fuel economy test in the city to see what kind of fuel economy we achieve driving through the city. You'll notice I've just reset my fuel economy gauge, and that's why it reads 0. Unlike highway driving, city driving is very dependent on your driving style, including how hard you accelerate and how hard you brake. That's why it would be more accurate to give you a range of fuel economy you can expect. But based on our test, you can expect a fuel economy on the RAV4 Hybrid in the city of between 4.0 liters per 100 kilometers and 4.5 liters per 100 kilometers. Based on my driving style after driving several kilometers, the fuel economy that I was able to achieve in the RAV4 Hybrid in the city is 4 liters per 100 kilometers. We just spent the week testing the RAV4 Hybrid, and we have some numbers here we'd like to share with you. As you can see, we've driven a total of 508 kilometers, and so far we've completed slightly more than half tank of fuel. You'll notice that our remaining fuel range is 277 kilometers, and our average fuel economy according to the vehicle is rated at 5 liters per 100 kilometers. We will disregard our average fuel economy because we did reset it a few times during our city and highway test. We are going to manually calculate our actual fuel economy. My driving conditions have been pretty basic. I haven't had the air conditioning or the heating on at all, but I have had the sound system on the whole time. Also worth mentioning is I did around 60% of my driving in the city and 40% on the highway, just to give you an idea of how I got the numbers that I did. You'll notice we're at the fuel station right now, and we're going to fill back up, and based on that we will do some calculations to get a better idea of how much you can actually expect to spend on a full tank of fuel, as well as your actual fuel economy based on my driving. As you can see, we spent $21.35 to fill up 22 liters of fuel at a fuel cost of 96.9 cents per liter. As you just saw, we spent $21.35 to fill up 22 liters of fuel at a fuel cost of 96.9 cents per liter. Also worth noting is the fuel tank capacity of the RAV4 Hybrid is 55 liters or 14.5 gallons. First, let's calculate our kilometers per liter number to get an idea of how many kilometers you can travel on every liter of fuel. To do that, we'll take the 508 kilometers that we've driven so far and divide it by the 22 liters of fuel that we filled up. So 508 kilometers divided by 22 liters gives us 23 kilometers per liter. That means on every liter of fuel, based on my driving, you can expect 23 kilometers of driving. Now let's calculate our actual fuel range based on my driving. And we'll do that by taking the 23 kilometers per liter number that we achieved and multiplying it by 55 liters, which is the fuel tank capacity of the RAV4 Hybrid. So 23 kilometers per liter multiplied by 55 liters gives us 1,265 kilometers. That means on a full tank of fuel, based on my driving, you can expect 1,265 kilometers of driving. Now let's calculate our cost per kilometer, and we'll do that by taking the $21.35 that we filled up for and dividing it by the 508 kilometers that we drove. So $21.35 divided by 508 kilometers gives us 0.042. That means every kilometer in the RAV4 Hybrid costs us 4.2 cents Canadian. And finally, let's calculate the cost of a full tank of fuel. First, let's do for Toronto, Canada, where the fuel price is 96.9 cents per liter. So 96.9 cents per liter, multiplied by the RAV4 Hybrid's fuel tank capacity, which is 55 liters, gives us $53.29 Canadian. That means a full tank of fuel, if you were to fill up in Toronto, Canada, would cost you $53.29. Now let's cross the border into Detroit, USA, where the fuel price is $1.80 per gallon. So $1.80 per gallon, multiplied by the RAV4 Hybrid's fuel tank capacity, which is 14.5 gallons, gives us $26.10 US. That means a full tank of fuel, if you were to fill up in Detroit, USA, would cost you $26.10. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to hit that like button and subscribe to our channel for more great fuel economy content. You can also watch our fuel economy review on other hybrids such as the Kia Niro, the Honda Insight, and the Toyota Prius. You can also watch our fuel economy review on the Toyota RAV4 gasoline model as well as the Mitsubishi Outlander plug-in hybrid on our channel.